Okay, so right now we have the setup of a brain here. We've made a brain out of Jello here, and I'm gonna kind of move in closer a little bit. Right here we have what a ventricle looks like in hydrocephalus, where the ventricles are a lot smaller than what they should be. And then right here, we have what your ventricles should look like. Notice that they are a lot wider and there's a lot more room for that cerebral spinal fluid to make its way through. So our setup here, we are going to use some water with green food coloring in it. We're going to demonstrate how that CSF flows through those ventricles. So we're going to start by pouring some of that water, that green water, into the larger ventricle there to show how easy it is for people without hydrocephalus for that CSF to flow through. That CSF is then going to flow into this bowl, which is going to be the peritoneal cavity, where that CSF then flows with a person with hydrocephalus. And then we are going to switch gears, and we're going to pour that water into the smaller ventricle, the ventricle that would be in a person with hydrocephalus. All right, so now we're gonna set a timer for about a minute, and we're gonna see how long it takes that water to get through the larger ventricle. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, that CSF has really flown through that ventricle within about 14 seconds or so. All right, so once again, we're gonna set another timer for 1 minute, and now we're going to see how fast that CSF or that water will flow through this smaller ventricle. All right, so we've tried this a couple times, and we've had a great amount of difficulty trying to get that water to go through that smaller ventricle. We keep experiencing it and not being able to go through, even though we've been putting smaller amounts of water into that hole. This really shows how difficult it is for patients with hydrocephalus to